My name is Tyler. I'm 24. I live in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I want to start this by saying I've been camping since I was 6 years old. My dad had me in the woods every summer. I know how to read a forest, the sounds, the rhythms, the way it feels when something is off. I say this because I don't want you to think I'm someone who spooks easily or reads too much into things. What I'm about to tell you changed the way I move through the world. I haven't been back to that forest since. I don't plan to go back. It was the second week of October. My buddy Marcus and I decided to drive out to the Daniel Boone National Forest in Kentucky, about 4 hours from where we live. We'd done this trip twice before, always the same general area, always primitive camping. No hookups, no ranger stations nearby, no cell service past mile 8 of the gravel access road. That was the point. We wanted to disappear for a weekend. We left Friday after Marcus got off work. Got to the site around 9 p.m., set up camp by headlamp. Marcus had just bought a brand new DSLR camera, one of those mid-range Nikons, really good low-light performance, and he was excited to use it. While I got the fire going and started on food, he was walking around camp taking test shots. Long exposures of the fire. The tree line lit up orange. The stars. He was like a kid with a new toy, honestly. It made the whole setup feel relaxed, normal, good. We ate, drank, talked until about 1 in the morning. Nothing unusual. The forest sounded exactly like a forest should. Owls, wind through the canopy, the occasional crack of something moving through the undergrowth that was definitely just a deer. We went to sleep. Saturday was perfect. We hiked about 9 miles total, saw one other group of hikers around noon, and then nobody after that. Got back to camp around 5, ate well, fire going by 7. Marcus had been shooting all day, trail photos, the lake we'd stopped at, so. Me really nice fog in the valley stuff. He was happy with his footage. That's when it started, not dramatically, not with a sound or a sign, just a feeling. If you spent real time in the woods, you know the feeling I'm talking about. It's not fear exactly, it's more like awareness. Like something in the back of your brain quietly shifts from passive to active. Your eyes start moving differently. You start noticing gaps in the trees you weren't noticing before. I told Marcus around 9 that night. I said, "Hey, I don't want to be weird about this, but I keep feeling like something's watching us." He put his beer down, looked at me, and said completely seriously, "I was going to say the same thing 2 hours ago, but I didn't want to kill the vibe." That made it worse somehow. 2 people feeling the same thing independently is harder to dismiss than one. We stayed up later than we should have, neither of us wanting to be the first to go to sleep. Eventually the rational side of my brain won the argument. I told myself it was just the forest doing what forests do at night, pressing in a little. We were fine. We went to sleep. Drive home Sunday was easy. Good trip overall. We kind of forgot about the feeling, the way you do when you're back in normal life, and the distance makes everything feel smaller. 2 weeks later, Marcus called me on FaceTime. I could tell immediately something was wrong, not panicked, just the kind of flat, careful voice people use when they're trying to stay calm. He said, "I've been going through the photos. I need you to look at something. Don't freak out." He started from the beginning. Friday night setup shots, fire, trees, stars, normal. Saturday trail photos, fog, lake, forest paths, beautiful, actually. Then he got to the Friday night shots of the tree line. The third photo, just at the edge of where the firelight reached, where the amber glow died and the dark took over, there was a person. Standing completely still. Facing us. Arms at his sides, and you could see, just barely but unmistakably, the firelight catching the whites of his eyes. I didn't say anything for a long time. Marcus didn't either. Then he said, "Keep watching." He went through every single photo from both nights in sequence. Chronological order, timestamps visible. The man appeared in 11 photographs total. Same position. same tree line, different times across both nights, 9:47 p.m., 11:23 p.m., 12:06 a.m., 2:51 a.m., both Friday and Saturday. He was there both nights. He was there the entire time. In two of the Saturday photos, taken while we were still hiking, the spot was empty. So he wasn't always there. He came and went. He chose when to stand there. The last photo Marcus had taken Friday night before bed was a wide shot of the camp. Tent, fire dying down, gear organized by the log, peaceful looking. The man was in it, closer than before, maybe 30 feet from where we were sleeping. I called the county sheriff's office the next morning, gave them the GPS coordinates of our site, described what we found. The deputy I spoke to asked me to email the photos. I did. 3 days later, a different deputy called me back. He didn't identify himself by name. He asked me a few questions, whether we'd interacted with anyone, whether anything had been disturbed, W-2, either we'd noticed any structures or equipment near the site that wasn't ours. I said no to all of it. Then I asked him directly, "Is this something you've seen before in that area? Is there something going on out there?" He paused for what felt like a long time. Then he said, "I'd recommend you choose a different area for future trips." That was all. He hung up. I've thought about that call 100 times since. He didn't say there was nothing to worry about. He didn't reassure me. He just told me not to go back. I listened to advice like that. I haven't been back.